Good morning. Welcome to Morning Glory. My name is Jalini and I am a trainer by profession. During the 10 years that I have been in this field, I have met many business people and executives in companies who have had constant stress in their lives. Now, stress is an important factor, an important ingredient in our lives. It is something that gives us that little bit of zest, that encouragement for us to reach higher, go further and accomplish more. However, too much stress is very detrimental to our mental and physical health. People with too much stress in their lives end up getting burned out. They become demotivated and cannot function well in their working environment. Some of them cannot recover even after many years of being burned out. Stress is detrimental to us when it distracts from the war, when it distracts us from fighting the good fight. This endeavor that we are engaged in every day of our lives to put food on the table, to achieve our dreams, not only for ourselves but for our family, to preserve the harmony within our environment and to grow to higher levels. Okay. If we have too much stress and this cannot be achieved, then that stress is detrimental. If you find in the level of stress, excitement, happiness, adventure, then that is the right level of stress for you. The first way to do this is what I call identifying your ABCs and your AWCs. Before I define what that is, imagine this situation. As you are getting ready to go home, suddenly the sky darkens and it rains. And you see on the pavement someone standing in the rain shouting at the sky, cursing because it's raining. What would you think about that person? What would be going through your mind? Now, I've asked these questions in a lot of training programs, and of course the answer is very typical. They all think that that person is crazy. It's not a logical thing to do. Okay, now, and some people would say, oh, okay, isn't he afraid that he's going to be hit by lightning, cursing the sky, you know? And there are a lot of other responses, but what we have consensually agreed is that that is not the right response. Now, that is cursing at the sky very obvious, okay? All of us accept that that is not a logical or the right thing for us to be doing. But do you realize that we actually do that a lot? Have you ever been in a traffic jam? Okay, if you are in Kuala Lumpur or Selangor, I am sure that you have. If you are in one of the major cities, I am sure that you have. So, when you're in a traffic jam, have you observed those people who honk their horn? You know, and just go like, voila, this and that, and who try and change lanes even though both lanes are not moving. What do you think they're doing? Is that any different from cursing at the sky when it rains? You see, there are certain things in life that are beyond our control. We cannot control the weather. But there are certain things in life that are within our control. For example, if it rains, what is within our control is we use an umbrella. Okay, so ABC is the areas beyond control and AWC is the area within control. When you can identify what are the areas that are beyond our control, then we look for only and focus only on those areas that are within our control. Now, what are the areas within our control? Typically, if you're talking about a traffic jam, okay, area within our control would be our choice of vehicle. Do we drive, or do we take public transportation, or do we use a motorbike? Or another area within our control is the time that we allocate to arrive. So something that is within our control are the things that we should be focusing on. When we focus and try to change those areas that are not within our control, that is when we become permanently stressed. See, and stress in those areas are non-productive. They increase our frustration because it's something that we actually cannot do anything about. And what happens at the end of the day, people who tend to want to control things that are not controllable become frustrated. They start to believe that, oh, I can't do anything. Whatever I do is still the same. You know, that's a very sad way of viewing life. Whereas actually every area beyond control has a related area that we can control, that is within our control. So if we're talking about time, just now traffic jams, yeah? If we're talking about workload, what is within our control is our self-organization. If you have staff, then you can delegate. If you do not have staff and you need to finish everything on your own, then you still have the power of negotiating your deadlines. Yeah? You have the power to decide how much time do you want to spend on each task.